Alright, this is the gear tour of my rig, and as requested by many of you guys. And so I'm going to show it to you guys and try to explain everything and how I have everything set up here in the rack and the controller. So starting with my guitars, here is my Eric Johnson Stratocaster. I've had it for a little bit of time. Been playing a lot on it. It's got some wear on it, and stock pickups, everything's stock on it. Second guitar is the Gibson Les Paul 59 reissue from 2007. It's the Cherry Burst, and trying to get it to focus here. And then we have a 1966 Fender Coronado. It's kind of a more rare guitar. Picked this one up in Montana while touring with a band. And this is just a Strat that I kind of put together from a Squire. And it's a fun little guitar. It's just got some Tom Anderson pickups in it. And I've been kind of relicking it a little bit. And onto the amps, I have a 66 Fender Twin with original speakers. I have a Vox from 2000, and I've done some mods on it, Mercury Magnetics and speaker upgrade to 1966 Silver Bell Alnico speakers. Then we have a Marshall stack, which is a JMP from 1974. This is a 100-watt head, and I run it into the bottom 412 cab, and sometimes I'll run it all together, but it gets pretty loud. And onto the rack. So what I have here is I basically have 32 loops, 4 Voodoo Labs together, and pretty much a ground control system that I'm running. From the top is the Furman, the Pro Series, the 20 amp. So everything runs through it. That's my power conditioner. From the top we have the 2290, which is my main delay, main digital delay, and then I have a Roland GP8. This is a 80s kind of an analog circuit based all analog kind of multi-effects unit. Great on choruses, and delays are pretty cool out of it too. And then right below it is a Boss GX700, which is also a 90s multi-effects unit, which has got some really cool sounds. It does awesome delays and great compression, and even some fuzzes and distortions in there, and lots more. Very cool sounding unit. It's not that expensive, but it sounds really cool. Below that is the PCM 80. That is my reverb unit, and that has just some very nice reverbs. I'm also running a pitch effects card. I'm running some patches from that card. And we have the Line 6, the Pro units, the delay, the Echo Pro, which I use for a lot of tape stuff and just spacious stuff. We have the Mod Pro, great with tremolos, choruses, and it's got a lot of other stuff. And also the Filter Pro, a lot of cool filtering stuff like Seek-Wah, and a lot of Tron stuff, Tron up, Tron down, kind of like this wah, sort of auto wah sound. And we move on. I have 2 trays here. Start with a top tray, powered by Voodoo Lab Pedal Power 2, 86 Proco Rat, 83 TS9. We have a Japan CS3 compressor and a Japan CS2 compressor. And the CS3 is really nice. I just kind of, it has the tone control, so it can compress and retain the presence of the guitar. And we have two EQs. I have the G7, made in Japan. I use this to kind of attenuate the level of the Les Paul versus the Stratocasters. Then I also have the GE6, which is a little bit less known EQ pedal from Boss. It's the one that came before the G7, and I just kind of fatten up the signal when I engage for like Stratocasters and stuff, for like solos. Just kind of fattens up the sound. Octave, the OC2, also made in Japan, just really cool on solos, kind of doubles your signal, kind of gives you an octave below. Really cool, pretty cool sounding pedal. Then we have the synth wah. Here it gets you kind of cool, crazy synth, weird synth sounds with that. So that's the first tray. Second tray is also Pedal Power 2, and I'm running the King of Tone overdrive. I use that pretty much for all overdrive stuff, very light overdrive. It just sounds great. And also there's the vintage MXR microamp. Just use it to boost the signal in some of the patches that needs a little bit louder. And also the DS2 for just funky, Boss kind of fuzzy stuff. It's kind of a fun pedal just to engage. Don't use it that often, but just wanted to have it there. And the collection of Pete Cornish pedals. CC1, very great overdrive unit. SS3 is just a light to medium overdrive. G2 is just kind of a distortion-ish for leads and solos, and P1 also for solos. Very just sustaining sound, just lots of gain on that one. So that completes the rack with the two trays of the pedals. So it's kind of a collection of rack units and pedals working together. And I have everything very compact. And I also have a few units on the back here, which I couldn't fit into the front. I have a rack wah back here and a radial JD7, which splits into 4 amps for now. I can do more, but just 4 for now with this system. And I can turn on and off each amp individually. So let's go over to the floor unit. This is the ground control, and basically I control all the effects from here that are in the rack. And I also have some delay units out here. It's these two memory mounts, and I have a whammy and a JHS modded DS1, kind of like a synth drive mod here. This is kind of like a fun little pedal. It gets kind of crazy sounds. This is the wah controller. That's the wah unit in the back. These are 2 expression pedals that I use for MIDI. And this is the ground control, and I have all my 4 layers labeled. It's kind of a little bit harder to navigate, but in a compact system like this, it's pretty good. And I can make my presets here, 4 presets, and I have banks here. And these are the songs and these are all the presets that are in the songs. It's a very cool MIDI system. And I also have an EQ that I run after these delays, which I can kind of give it even more mid-range, kind of tailor the sound a little bit. And this is my little, it's called a little light, that for concerts and stuff. Good to see what you're stepping on. And so my signal chain starts with the Pete Cornish LD1. It goes into these Korg pitch black tuner, and then it goes out to the rack. And the signal pretty much stays in the rack unless I pull up some of these pedals that are in the loops. But the signal pretty much goes into the rack and stays there and goes to the amps. And so my guitar goes into the LD1. Then I made a custom, I'm using a pedal train board, but I made these sort of a custom patch, kind of a patch bay for my custom snake that I also made. And this snake connects these floorboard to the rack unit. And on the back I also have kind of a patch bay where I patch all my sends and returns. See, like we have delay send, delay return. I have the talker. Also, I forgot to mention, I have the Digitech talker that I employ on some of the patches. And I hook up a mic to it. I sing into it, and it gives me nice vocoder effects. So the back here, very compact. I had to get a fan installed, Pile, from Pile, I think that's the company, and it's just 4 fans that monitor the temperature and cool all the gear. The 2290 and the some of the GP8 Roland gets pretty hot because the transformers are inside. So and also a custom audio. This is for my delays. It's a mixer. It mixes all my delays. And so here's kind of the back. Let's see here. Alright, so that's all the wiring there. And all the wiring was custom made by me. And I'm using 2 Layla parallel mixers. One's hidden back there, one's below. And what it is one splits for the delays. I'm also using a radial splitter, so I split it off into 3 signals, and then it goes to each delay unit, and then the custom audio electronics mixes it, all 3 signals, back into the Layla. So it's the dry signal stays in the Layla, but it splits off in a send and a return. It's a little complicated, but the lower Layla runs the PCM 80, which is the reverb. So everything gets mixed into the reverb and mixes back with the rest of the signal in this last Layla here, and goes out to the JD7, which then splits into my amps. It's kind of a simple idea, but just a lot of wires and pretty complex to kind of wrap your head around it. So that is the rig, and I also have on top here a Korg A3 that I kind of employ once in a while. I have it sitting a little bit separate from the rack because it just does not fit in there. So that is the tour of my setup of my gear. Hope you guys liked it, enjoy it, and thank you for supporting my channel, and please comment, and looking forward to some more videos of new gear and new places that I'm planning to visit. Alright, thank you guys, and please subscribe.